Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to Deb Chanel's 48th World. And I definitely want you to don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. But remember to like, share my videos, and leave me a comment or two. Okay? We're going to be talking about another segment or, another story that I'm putting out on my What Do You Think segment. Um, YouTube video I'm doing today. Okay, if you hadn't caught my first one, we were talking about South Africa farmers and white farmers in South Africa are fighting over land, and they want their land back, meaning the Africans, South Africans. Okay, so go check that one out, get your knowledge on, and then come back and get into some more videos. Okay, stop it, both of y'all. Oh, Jay, stop! Stop, Jay! Whew, the dogs got into it. They just won't let me do my story. They won't let me do my story, Lord. But anyway, y'all know I have those sidebars. Either I'm going off track, or the dog's going off track, or my daughter's going off track. It's one or the other, but we keep moving, we keep focusing, and we keep forging ahead. Okay, but today we're going to be talking about a church sign. A church sign declaring black folks need to stay out of white churches sparks outrage, but this pastor isn't apologizing. Okay, this church is in Alabama somewhere. The story is given to us, a commentary article written out by one of Atlanta Black Star's journalists. Her name is Tanisha Kenny. She did the other story that I was just mentioning to you all about. But it's been lit on social media about this pastor in Alabama and his views on black people staying out of white churches. I guess he also feels white people shouldn't go to black churches. I don't know, but let's get on into this story, this article. I'll give you my opinion, and then you take all of that from what you heard me read off of AtlantaBlackStar.com. Then you make your own opinions and let it marinate, and then you give me your response. That's how we doing it on this new segment called What Do You Think? All right. So we go on into the article. Let me read it again. It's from Atlanta Black Star. It says church sign declaring black folks need to stay out of white churches sparks outrage, but this pastor isn't apologizing. Okay, the pastor in this particular commentary I'm issuing out to you all, his name is Pastor Michael Jordan. God dog it, not the basketball player that used to fly through the air. Remember Flight 23? Okay. Air Jordan all day, every day for the Bulls. Chicago Bulls retired, doing his thing, have his other adventures. But he's probably getting into other adventures, but ventures is what I meant to say. Okay, but anyway, this man name is Michael Jordan is strongly opposed to a white mega church setting up shop in the inner city. Okay. A Birmingham pastor unhappy with the mega church's plans to build a satellite campus in a high crime area of the city is firing back. Some locals feel his provocative new message goes a step too far. However, Pastor Michael Jordan of New Era Baptist Church said it was God who told him to post the controversial messages outside his West End church. On one side, the sign reads, Black folks need to stay out of white churches, while the other side states, White folks refuse to be our neighbors. Okay, according to local station WVTM, Jordan has come out in strong opposition to efforts by Church of the Highlands, Alabama's largest church, to construct a new place of worship in the inner city. The suburban, predominantly mega white church believes its new sanctuary could help curb crime in the area. Highlands currently has 16 branch locations across Alabama. That's the state of Alabama, okay? That send more than 40,000 worshipers flocking to its doors each week to hear sermons preached by founding pastor Chris Hodges in Alabama, okay? AL.com reported Hodges recently appointed an African American pastor on the church staff, Mayo, Mayo Sowell, to head the new worship center. Despite the well-intentioned efforts, Jordan has made it crystal clear that he doesn't want the megachurch encroaching in his community. Okay, you don't want to live next door to us, so why do you want to put a church here if they don't know us? The black pastor told WVTM. And I am condemning the black African Americans that worship in white churches because the culture is so different. Putting that church in West End, you're bringing white spirituality in a black environment, he said in a separate interview with Alabama.com. Our music is different. Our experiences are different. We're more active in worship. Uh. Local teen Keegan Edwards, 16, has taken issue with Jordan's sign, however, and said he doesn't see the problem with black people worshiping in largely white churches. I really think it shouldn't be up there, Edwards said of the messages. I wouldn't have a problem going to a predominantly white church because everyone's not racist, and you've got to give somebody a chance. Birmingham Mayor Randolph Woodfin also weighed in on the controversy and condemned Jordan's rhetoric as racist and divisive. There's a spirit that is over the city, over this city, that has to be brought down, Wolfen said in a Twitter post, a spirit of racism and division. We have to change the conversation to what we need it to evolve into. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Okay. And it turns out Jordan is no stranger to controversy, and this isn't his first time in hot water over the signage outside his church. In 2013, he responded to George Zimmerman's acquittal in the Trayvon Martin case with a message that read, George Zimmerman jury supported white racism. WBRC reported. He also made headlines in 2004 when he posted a sign declaring that AIDS was God's curse on a homosexual life. When it comes to Highlands, Jordan suspects the church is only coming into the neighborhood to attract blacks who want the status of a trendy, popular church. It's a slave master's church, he told AL.com. I call it plantation religion, slave master religion. The white rich folks start a church and puts a black pastor in charge of it. Blacks have flooded white churches and moved into white neighborhoods, he added. It's for status reasons. It's a sense of self-worth. But 99% of whites won't go to a black church. And that's where she ended her commentary. And this is when my commentary picks up on how I feel about the situation. Now, y'all know I'm all pro with freedom of speech, Just as long as you ain't put your hands on nobody. Sticks and stones, sticks and stones. Y'all know how to go. Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's how I feel. If you don't come at me physically attacking me with sticks and stones, then I don't care. Because if you attack me with sticks and stones, I'm coming with a bazooka, a sawed-off shotgun, rifles, Magnum 45s, 357 Magnums, revolvers, all of that to just take you on out the world. Pretty much, I'm coming for your throat and your jugular and your heart. Because I say any time of day, if you pick up a weapon, your weapon of choice is a gun, a bat, anything to do bodily harm, you pretty much want to kill that person because they have done something to you or they're trying to hurt you and kill you. So don't pick up a weapon if you don't plan on using it. That's my philosophy. But what I personally feel about this pastor, I think he's kind of introverted and a little extroverted on the words he's using to cause division among any group of people. I don't care if we're talking white and black. I don't care if we're talking Latino, Asian, or Eskimos, Indians. I can go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? But basically, his whole speech is about division, separation. Now, the Bible that I read, it preaches strictly love for everybody. Okay? The only thing it separates is from good and evil. Once you become mature enough to know the difference between good and evil, that's when you're being judged. Okay? So that's the moral or laws that I live by. Because one day you're not going to be able to go into anybody's churches because they're going to be padlocked up, and people ain't paying their rent. They don't got enough for pimping the church and this, that, and the third for just money. They ain't not doing anything with the homeless community. They're not trying to upgrade their almost homeless patrons or members in their church. In a lot of churches, you just see the rich getting richer, the poor getting poor. The poor are reading and attaining the knowledge that you do need to give 10% back. But some of these people that are like either living from paycheck to paycheck, or they're damn near living to coming close to living paycheck to paycheck, and they still try to live with what the Bible says, which is give your 10%. Now we know everything can be altered, and we're not supposed to add or take anything away from the Word of God. But we know for a fact things have been resurfacing. Words have been misplaced with other words. People are creating their own Bibles for their own religion. People are having discernment from what they want to do and not what the world say they should do. They don't want to follow no laws. Even God said, give Caesar what is Caesar and give me mine what is mine. You know what I'm saying? So, even when the Lord was walking around on earth, he knew he had to pay taxes because he was living in the world. You see what I'm saying? But when it came to the heavenly realm, none of that exists. He's the judge, juror, and executioner. Okay? So my opinion in a nutshell would be just let that man talk because he want to talk, he want to vent. And, if he's leading sheep away from him, that he has to answer to a higher power, which is the Lord. Because we don't really care about who worship with who, just long as you getting that bread of life. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Because the bread was given, the body, and the wine was spilled for his blood. And we all need to get it together, okay? Because it ain't about white and black. It ain't about another race or another minority against another. The Lord was only strictly about love, okay? And getting the people he wanted gathered up so he can bring them into the holy realm. And the rest gonna have fire, brimstone, and everything like that tossed on them or thrown into something of that. They call it the pit, you know what I'm saying? But I like I said, I really do feel people need to express their opinions, but their opinions shouldn't be like you have to choose one or the other unless you're choosing good versus evil or good over evil. Okay? Now you get in them comments, you tell me about this little pastor running around him telling folk what to do or what they shouldn't do, and probably what he's preaching to his congregation. Do you think that's right? Or these people in his congregation and the surrounding cities should like look at him, check him, and keep it moving? Or, is he speaking truth with his vision of how he see things going on in the community out there in Alabama? All right. Okay. That's all I got to say, y'all. Wanted to give you that information. Wanted to know what do you think about this article that the AtlantaBlackStar.com put out. And like I said, it's traveling on social media. It's probably on everybody's social media pages, maybe Facebook, Twitter. Hell, it might be on Pinterest. I don't know. But it came across my timeline and I thought I wanted to talk about it. But anyway, y'all get on in them comments. Tell me what y'all thought about them. And again, as always, please subscribe to my channel, share my videos, like my videos. And don't forget to go to my daughter's online store, web store. It's called pineapplelondon25.com. Okay, if you haven't got your life with the hater blockers, meaning shades for the OGs, and any other jewelry or apparel, go on and check out her store and see if you like it. And then if you do, purchase something. Okay? All right. Y'all have a great evening. Good night.